COVID hit, Dr. Enoh, and I saw the way it ravished our Black community. And we lost quite a lot. A lot of people died, and there was no financial preparation to actually lose a loved one. Not even single life insurance. In the Black community, we can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. In fact, I have stopped contributing to any GoFundMe right now.
So if you have a term life insurance, for instance, that says you're covered till 70, and there's longevity in your family, by the time you hit 70, you must die. Because if you don't die, all the premium you paid is gone. Good evening, everyone. Wherever you're watching from, welcome to T's Lounge, presenting Mundane Talk. I am Dr. Enoh Sampson, your host for the evening. Here in the lounge, we believe that life extraordinary lessons are sometimes learned from ordinary conversation. And with me today, we have the delectable Dr. Sheun Oke. Welcome to the show, Dr. Sheun.
It's a pleasure to be here, Dr.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. It's amazing to see you.
Thank you for coming. I called you at the last minute, didn't I? I said, Doc, you need to be here. Because we started talking about a few stuff and I thought, Doc, you need to be here. We need to give it to our community. You need to be here.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm going to start with just the basic questions of I want the viewers to know about you. So you didn't just show up at T's Lounge, Mundane Talk. No. It's been a long time coming.
Is it a
correct?
long time coming?
It's been a long time coming because me and this woman go way back. We go way back. The last time she saw me, I was pregnant. And of course, I had puppy fat and everything everywhere. So anytime I see her, I'm like, oh gosh, she's going to push me to 40. She may just ask me to start doing 10-mile walks and I'm not ready for that. So 8 years on, we're here talking. It's so good to see you. You look so amazing.
Thank you very much. And so many things have gone on in this past 8 years. It's amazing how we grow, isn't it?
It is. And I'm so grateful because we're not sitting here to talk about, something happened to Dr. Sheun. Or, did you hear what happened to Dr. No. We're here, we're still alive and we're well. And we're not just well, we're looking well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Welcome again to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So Dr. Sheun, tell us, I want to ask a question. Tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. So I'm Sheun Oke. Yeah, they call me Dr. Sheun Oke. I'm a mother. Okay, before mother is wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right.
Wife.
I'm a wife of 23 years plus. I'm a mother of 3 amazing great nations. And I'm a grandmother to 2. All right. Awesome. Beyond the family, I've been in finance over 20 years. And there's one thing that happened during COVID time that made me come back to finance, right? Aside from banking, in Nigeria, fantastic career, over 6 years there, made me do management in 3 years, which was like, how did you do that? Yeah, that's good hard work, right? And coming back to getting to the UK. So we came to the UK about 16 years ago. I actually came to have my baby. We went back home. Our boys started to say, we don't want to go back home because they came visiting when I had the baby. And in 2010, we now decided to relocate to the UK. It wasn't comfortable because we're very, very comfortable in Nigeria. Yeah. There was no reason to leave. People thought we were crazy when we made that decision. Even our parents like, what are you guys looking for? And I said, we've got amazing things going on in Nigeria, but what more can we do for our children? So the move to the UK was my children, right? And we thank God that they've done well and they're still doing well. But the way I was getting paid in Nigeria, when I got to the UK, I wanted to do branch banking like I was doing in Nigeria. And I saw the salary, I'm like, gosh. As of 2009, I was on equivalent of like £45,000 in Nigeria.
Can you imagine that?
And branch banking in UK was offering 22,000. I'm like, what? What will I use that kind of money for?
Yes.
So I left. I didn't know about investment banking.
And given the exchange rate, £45,000 in Nigeria, you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire, right?
That's why I said, when we were leaving, people thought, are you okay? As in, what more are you looking for that God has not done for you? You get what I mean? But, so I left finance for a bit. So we were talking about wellness, promoted a lot of wellness, did my first book. the Super Girl, Superwoman, the Ultimate Guide to Female Leadership. So I've really heavily coaching and helping women become very, very successful. COVID hit, Dr. Enoh, and I saw the way it ravished our Black community. We have quite a lot of people in the health sector, not just healthcare sector. We have medical doctors, we have nurses, we have physiotherapists, we have a lot of people that were exposed to the COVID period, and we lost quite a lot. A lot of people died. Some people were, we had some that got paralyzed due to, injections here and there. And we saw the way that people were not financially prepared for this inevitable. I say to people, it's inevitable. We will all die one day.
One day,
right?
Yes.
And when I speak to my clients, I say to them, we have two definite dates in life, right? Your date of birth and your date of death. Now, date of birth, we know it. I'm 13 October, guess the year. All right. So, but date of death, nobody knows it. But we will all die one day. Our prayer is we see to our 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s as Jesus dies. I'm a Christian. All right. However, life could be long and it could be short. COVID cut short some lives. And suddenly you see people that have children in private schools, have heavy mortgages, riding the best cars within the Black community, and there was no financial preparation to actually lose a loved one. Not even single life insurance. And you see people, a typical example of a family that knows so well, 3 children in private school, they just changed homes. There was no update, So the difference between the life cover and the exposure now is bigger. Husband passed away during COVID. Wow. They lost the home.
The trajectory just changed just like that.
So I'm like, one of my friends approached me and said, Dr. Sheun, I know you love to educate. This industry needs you. And one other thing that you will see is if you see financial advisors, either they are Caucasian, Asian, very, very few within the Black community. Because most of the time we don't have the information that it's an industry that is viable. It's just to be able to, educate people.
It's not just having information. We don't like to read. Let's chip that in there. We don't like to read. A lot of us are mentally lazy. We don't like to read. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the best reader or whatever, but sometimes there are some things that you see, you're supposed to read you toss it aside because it's not important.
Things are actually getting better now. You can have Audible. I need to get my book on Audible.
So that people can listen to it, isn't it? I mean, you can be going on your long ride and you're listening to it.
It's a university. So if you don't have the information that it's a viable industry or that you can educate people and you can actually build a business within, becoming a financial advisor or protection advisor, you won't know. So somebody like me invited me and said, Dr. Sheun, look into this industry. We need people that can bring out this information, make it make sense.
Yes.
Because I know you know how to do that. That's what I've been doing. I've always been an educator. That's what made me write my first book. And then the book on insurance, obviously, is to debunk all the myths of insurance. Insurance don't pay. Insurance. Why do I need insurance? Insurance will just take my money. Or why am I paying premium?
They don't pay till I die.
They don't pay. So what if I don't die? What if I don't get critical illness? What if I never fall sick? I say to my clients, right? I pray you never fall sick. I pray you never need this. But you know what? Insurance is always plan B.
Yes.
Right? Your plan A is go to work, do your business, get your income, sort out your bills, be okay, do some investment. I say you don't even start thinking of investment until you have done insurance. Because investments also do fail.
Correct.
Investments fail. But your insurance will never fail because even if insurance company packs up and there's never been any reason for any insurance company to pack up, it's also backed by financial compensation scheme.
Definitely.
So that you never lose, they will pay you everything back. So why would you not leave your family to uncertainty? Within the Black community, we lost a lot of people. Wow. People lost lives. People lost jobs. And there was no financial preparation. So the lifestyle completely scattered. And they have to rebuild. And for little premium, this will have been avoided. And that's what I've been doing. Started to educate. So we started Emergenzz Financial Services.
Oh, wow. You're going to tell us about that now. Please say it to the viewers. say it correctly to the viewers so they know what you're doing.
So Emergenzz Financial Services is the FCA directly authorized insurance brokerage firm. And so we have relationship with all the insurance companies in the UK. And what we do is we educate you, we help you to go through financial, planning and advise you on the right financial protection. Now, I always say financial protection. You hear that a lot. It's just jargon. It just means insurance. Now, what is insurance? Insurance really is your risk transference strategy. So life is all about strategies, right? Your plan A is, like I said, do your income. But what if plan A fails? What's your plan B? Insurance steps in that if you cannot work, and what could make you not to work? It could be illness, it could be death. So everybody knows about life insurance, but very few people know about income protection, that if you can actually slow down life and take time to get well, if you are not feeling up to it, but most people can't do it because why will I not go to work? But that money must come in because bills never stop, right? So in the UK today, if you don't know about income protection, that's one of the things we do. So educate. So Emergenzz Financial Services will help you to look at what your life situation is, go through your lifestyle, see what your income is, and see what can we put in place as a plan B for you so you go live your life. We pray you never need it, but we know that if you do need it, you're not going to panic for money because insurance got your back. And for very, very few premium.
Yes. And you liking that. So when I had the opportunity to talk to people about insurance, because I've always known about insurance, I'm a lawyer by profession. And so there are things that we can't do as lawyers.
Yeah.
There are lawyers who are specialized in those areas. Yeah. But for us I'm specialized, I did civil litigation, family law, employment law, and a lot of commercial law. But I didn't specialize in anything to do with the financial sector.
Yeah.
Having said that, the last exams that we need is called a PSC course that you need to take before you become licensed to practice. You will learn about the financial services. And when I was learning about the financial services, I learned about insurance and, high risk, high risk, medium risk, low risk investments. And I learned that, the products you're talking about, for instance, I took out one. My husband and I took out a product. We said, we need insurance. Let's take one. But lack of understanding will make you buy the wrong product.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, for example, you buy a product, you have to die when you get to that age, or else you ain't getting up. It lapses. I want you to tell our viewers about this stuff because we need to learn. The reason why our community are afraid of insurance, that's a whole topic for another day, because they believe that once they take, the two things our community are afraid of are life insurance and will. They don't like writing wills because they believe that if they write a will, the next day
jinx. All right, so this is what I say to people, that when we talk about life insurance, or it's not a jinx, right? It's just financial plan, right? Like I always say to people that when you're doing your financial plan, you plan with the worst case scenario, praying for the best case scenario, knowing that if the worst happens, finance is not going to be an issue. Literally, that's how to do financial plan. Okay. Now, so we're looking at what comes in. Let's say, for typical example, average salary is £3,000, right? So somebody earns £3,000 every single month. Your lifestyle is around that £3,000. So that means as your £3,000 is coming, a portion of it is going to your mortgage or going to your rent. A portion of it, you definitely have to eat. You've got family, you got to move, transportation, everything. By the time all of that comes in, an average family does not even have £200 at the end of the day. Now that means you're waiting for the next month to come. The question is, if the next month comes and you're not able to work,
what happens?
Suddenly panic happens. If you have £200 in savings.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, some people don't even have £200 in savings. See, an average family in the UK that has savings has £1,000. Now, if your bills are 2,600,
how are you going to pay?
How are you going to pay it? So suddenly, if that money does not come in, there's a financial panic in the family. This is where insurance comes in. So that's why, okay, I know some people have actually said, I've seen some of my Caucasian friends say, they're just taking a year off. They want to travel. They're feeling stressed. And we see people taking time off 1 year, 2 years. They come back to work, they are refreshed. They are not losing income. They have income protection. Wow. Because 40% of the claims on income protection is actually on mental health issues. Yes. People are stressed. People have anxiety. People are depressed. Life happens to people. But if you know £3,000 is to come up next month, even if you are feeling stress or anxiety, you will walk through it because money must come in, right? An average for people that work within the health sector or they work with the public sector, there are fantastic sick pay policy. So if you work up to 5 years, especially within the NHS and the rest, that's 6 months full sick pay, 6 months half pay.
For a whole year.
For a whole year.
Which is really good.
However, have we seen people that went off work for more than a year? Yes. Have I helped people during their claims? Because yes, the income protection tends to become cheaper because there's a deferred period. So, okay, another thing I'm going to say about income protection. You're not supposed to be better off not working than working. All right. So, insurance only cover about 60% of your annual provable income. Now, why am I saying provable? Now, there's a story behind that. Let me tell you the story.
So tell us, please.
All right. So, if you're an employee, in most cases, you know what your employer is able to provide. But if you are employer of yourself, meaning you are self-employed, it means even if you have a limited liability company or you're working during your name, you know you can do your own taxes. And when you're doing your taxes, at times people don't declare what is supposed to be declared. So you're earning £60,000. By the time you did your tax and everything on your books, it's not showing 60,000. It's showing 20,000. You cannot claim at the 60,000 level. Do you get it? So it's important for you to have your books right. So the story behind that was, okay, so I had a client who, a nurse, locum, when we were having this conversation, if you were working directly with NHS, obviously you have a good sick pay policy. But if you're not working now as a locum, who pays your salary if you're not feeling well? Doctor, that's true.
Like agency, isn't it? Working with the agency.
Yeah, working with the agency.
So it's a zero-hour contract they call, yes.
Yeah. Some of them 0-hour contract. Some of them, they have something. Said, no. So I took her through, okay, let's set up your income protection. So that covers your back. All right. So we said, so when we're going through that, and when you're setting up your policy, at that instance, you don't need to prove your income, but you need to know what your income is.
Yes.
All right. But they won't ask for proof of it. But at claim time, insurance will ask for proof of your earnings. So and that's why it's important. When you're going through this process, say the truth, nothing but the truth. Because why do you need to pay more if you cannot earn more? If you cannot, insurance will not pay you more at claim time. So this one says I earn £80,000. So I took a word for it. Okay. And so when we're going to set up the income protection, it was supposed to be £3,200 payout per month if she's not able to work. And she's had this policy for about 16 months and she actually felt unwell. Right? Which on a good day, she's been well. And she called me, Doctor, I'm not feeling up to you. Okay, so we started the claims process, which was super fantastic, right? So, okay, let's speak to your accountant. Okay, present your taxes.
Of course, you have to prove.
Do you know how much we're able to prove? Maybe about £16,000.
Are you kidding me?
So there's no how we can claim at $3,200 per month.
With 16,000.
Do you understand? But you've been paying premium for 16 months at 3,200 level.
That is very serious.
Yeah, because you've done yourself a disservice. If you told me, Doctor, you know what? After doing everything, all I earn is about 16,000. Then we'll do it at that level. And then we'll look for other ways in which we can pep it up. Or I'll tell you, you need to do your taxes properly so that we can prove this thing. Anyways, cut a long story short, by the time we went through the claims process, maximum that they can pay is maybe £8,200. When your bill is 3,200, sis.
What are you going to do?
What would the remaining
So what would you say was the reason she couldn't prove the income?
Because she did not have proper accounting. So if you're going to be self-employed, please have employ proper accountant. It's also part of part of your expense, right? So you can see expense it to understand. You can take it out before you start declaring profit. Have proper accountant. Employ proper accountant. It's important. All right. So now, after that happened, I was like, oh my God. So now I don't say what's your annual income again. I say annual provable income. If you can't prove it, you're not earning, unfortunately. That's true. Let's only put together what you can prove so that when it's time for you to claim, there's no back and forth, right? And presently, there's another claim process that I'm going through, which is fantastic. This couple, the husband is a doctor, she's in training. And when I was going through that, I told them, you know what? We need to have income protection. And they listened to me. People people do listen. So if you are watching this, please listen and take action. We would love to help you. All right. So when we did all of that, put everything in place, and that was maybe about almost going to 2 years ago now. Last week, she called me, Dr. I've actually not been feeling too well. I said, oh, really? He said, do you know, NHS has paid me for 6 months. And we are now half month. I said, why didn't you tell me at the beginning? So immediately she tells me, we'll have been able to, although we'll still be able to backdate some of these, they'll still pay her. But immediately you feel you're not well, tell your advisor, tell us, right? Emergenzz Financial Services is going to be able to help you so that we can now immediately, take action, tell the insurance company a claim is coming, and we started out on that claim. So what if she had not done that? She'd been off sick for 6 months. I didn't even know.
So she's actually lost out.
Yeah, no, she has not lost out because her employer still paid her for 6 months.
Okay.
But now insurance is going to step in and start topping up the half.
Pick up from there. Okay.
And then from there.
So would that be retrospective?
They will still do. No, they won't do retrospective on the first 6 months because she actually got paid.
Got paid by the employer.
For like I said, because we deferred for 6 months anyways, right? Deferred for 6 months means that as the employer is paying you, insurance is not going to pay you at the same time. So you can't have both. Right. So we defer for the period that your employer pays you for. And most private companies, maybe 14 days pay or 1 month pay. Meaning we defer for that 1 month. And by the time your second month bill is coming in, insurance has already stepped in. So you will not lose income at all. So for our own now, 6 months full sick pay has been paid by the NHS. Now insurance is going to step in and start topping up the half. After that 6 months topping off, then they will start paying full salary every month. Meaning for the next 2 years, even if she can't work, she's getting paid.
Wow.
No loss.
That's so interesting. I mean, these are the things that I always tell people. If you don't know, ask.
Ask.
You know, I was speaking to someone the other day and I was asking a question and the person went, oh, but I already told you, people get irritated when you ask them questions more than once. I know people like that. They get irritated, but I already told you. Why are you asking me again? Yeah. And I said to the person, I said, listen, I said, there's a saying in Africa, the people who ask questions never go astray.
They don't get lost.
They don't get lost. Person where they ask questions, no, they lost.
They know they lost.
Mm-hmm. So when you don't know, ask. Don't feel like, oh, if I ask, they're going to think I'm stupid.
No.
So let me just keep quiet. A closed mouth
is a closed destiny.
It's a closed destiny. Ask questions. And I over the years, I've learned to understand that when people are asking me questions, I try to be compassionate because there's a reason they're asking. You don't know their background.
Absolutely.
They don't know. Help.
Absolutely.
Don't feel so cocked up. Oh, what? You mean you don't know? You don't know about finances. Oh, you are such an, oh, you're so behind. We have that.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why our community is jetting and lagging behind because people will laugh at them. They'll say, oh, go and look at what your mates are doing. People are flying high and you're not.
Sure.
All fingers are not equal. If they don't know, tell them. Tell them, be compassionate. Tell them, oh, this is going on. Have you heard about this? Like we were talking about it, and I said, Dr. Sheun, I've spoken to some people of my friends. I've told them about you already.
Yeah,
and they said, oh, I heard about it. But like someone said to me, I don't think I want insurance. I said, why? He said, why would I want to take an insurance when at the end of the day, they don't pay until you die? I said, do you insure your car? He said, yes.
Have you ever claimed?
Do you insure your house? Yes. What about your amenities in the house? Do you insure them too? Yes. But the body that does the work,
the biggest asset that they have
is your life. You can't insure it. I mean, and then another person said to me, but the truth of the matter is that people are thinking about how they pay their bills. So why would they be thinking about insurance? And I get that.
I get it too.
I get that.
Honestly,
if they're not, you just made you made mention of somebody who was making a claim and they're going to pay you 1,006 and your bills going out is 3,000. Now, if that kind of person, where do you want to pay the premiums from?
Do you get?
Where are you going to pay
and
from?
the beautiful thing about insurance is when you're actually making a claim, insurance, you don't need to pay your premium for that period because insurance will also be paying your premium for you. We have what we call a waiver of premium, which we add for all our clients' policies. Now, if you've had your insurance before, we definitely want to review it for you because we want to make sure that you have protected on all sides. This particular person that I was talking about, obviously she can't take time to get well, because she has to rush back. The money cannot be enough to sort out her bills. So that's why we're talking about provable income. So if you can prove it, then we can be able to cover it. We can cover up to 60% of your annual provable income. They pay it monthly, and you can get paid for up to 2 years. And you can make multiple claims until you retire.
Wow.
So you make a claim does not mean that your premium is going to go up. It's not like car insurance, right? So if you make a claim, it's the premium that you're paying that you pay forever. So why would you not do? So the best time to have it is now. Okay, the best time to have it was.
When you say make multiple claims, are you saying as soon as you get well, you go back to work?
You go back to work.
But if anything happens again, you can still claim on it.
Yeah.
So the claim doesn't lapse at the time. Wow, that's interesting.
No, it doesn't.
That's good protection.
It's good protection. So I say to people, the best time to have your insurance in place is when you're well. Because it gives you all the options. But once you start developing one health issue or the other, unfortunately, income protection is very, very finicky, by the way, right? You need to be very healthy. Although we'll still get to something, right? So when you're young, fit, healthy, have your insurance. So that's a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
But today is the next best time for you to do it. Because if you wait till tomorrow, you're going to be a day older. And there are no guarantees, guys. There are no guarantees because the body has wear and tear, right? I know young people say, I don't need insurance now because I'm well.
Because I'm young.
It's an assumption. We've seen 18-year-olds that have died.
Yes.
We've seen 16-year-olds that have died that just developed something or, it was an accident or something. People do die. We pray you will never die young. So insurance is not a jinx, honestly. It is just fun. And I always say to stress that to people. It is financial planning. Right? Your plan is just like you want to build. This is not how everybody wants to build wealth, right?
Yes.
I know it's not everybody that will build it, but everybody desires to have wealth. So if you want to build wealth, you need a foundation.
You need a foundation.
Your insurance is your foundation because if everything else fails, you know that you've got a soft landing.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about life insurance because people are like, why would my family be better because I die?
Why would they be worse off? Because you died. That's the other side of the coin, right? Why would they be worse off because you died?
Within the Black community, we can't keep doing that.
GoFundMe.
We can't keep doing that. In fact, I have stopped contributing to any GoFundMe right now because I am actively advocating. I'm speaking to people. I'm doing consultations. My book is there. I'm giving guys information. £20 can save your family. £30. So insurance is not expensive. Obviously, it depends on whatever you're covering, right? We will always find something for you within the budget that you can. But people will buy hair, £300.
£400.
So when it's time for them to do insurance, I want the cheapest. Cheapest insurance does not mean you have the right cover, by the way. I'm just telling you.
That's what I was saying to you. You remember, I was saying to you, when I eventually found out about insurance, what did I buy? I bought, what do you call that one? The one you get that is definite.
The whole of life.
It's not the whole of life is better.
90, yeah.
The other
90.
one, the other one is just a normal, plain plan.
Yeah. We have a term insurance. We have
term life
insurance.
Term life That's the one I was thinking.
And you want it as long time as possible.
So if you have a term life insurance, for instance, that says you're covered till 70, and there's longevity in your family, by the time you hit 70, you must die. Because if you don't die, all the premium you pay is gone.
Pay back. So I say to people.
So people get excited when they get term life, but I've got insurance, but go review it if it's the right one.
Because some people say, got 10-year cover, you got 20-year cover. In the UK today, you can have your life insurance to age 90.
Yes.
That's the maximum age. However, a lot of people are not able to afford at that level. So I understand. So what we say to our clients is, let's do it a bit longer term, even if you can't afford age 90. Age 80, 82 is still relatively good. Okay, because in the UK today, they say average age of a man that has lived well is about age 80. For women, it's 81. If you're still doing your insurance 82, relatively still longer time, what you are building. We're not saying that is all that you're going to have. Because when we start talking about you being your mid-50s, your 60s, you need to start looking at all of life. Because you're going to start doing planning. You need to plan for your exit.
Definitely. So let me ask a question. I was very excited when you told me that insurance now go up to age 90.
Yeah.
Which means that even if you kick the bucket before 90, you still get paid.
You still get
There's
paid.
a payout.
Yeah.
If you hit 90, it lapses. After that. So for those of us who have declared that we'll live till 100 and something, what then happens to us?
Then we need to have, so while we're building, right? So age
Because
90
Africans
is a start.
do tend to have that longevity. Some people go up to 100 and more.
So that's where all of life comes in.
Okay.
It's just that the premium is like times 8 of what a normal life term insurance would be. So let's say, for example, you have a payout of £500,000, so you're paying £50. For the same 500,000 as a whole of life, you are going to pay like £450 a month. So which is more affordable, £50 or £450?
Of course, £50.
So people start out with the term insurance. But I always encourage people that as you are getting older and your children start working, right? Because life insurance is actually not for you. It's to make life easier for your family. Oh, my children are going to be they'll be able to sort themselves out. Don't think like that, because your life insurance is the cheapest ladder to the next generation.
That's how I realized when I was saying to you that I was in the US for some time and I was learning about insurance, and I found out that that's how Caucasians build wealth.
Yeah, it's
generational.
You hear people saying, "Oh, I just bought my house. My grandma left me some money."
Yes,
I'm like, it's life insurance. It's not as if they don't. A lot of our Caucasian friends don't even make as much as we do in the Black community. In the Black community, we're very well educated. We have great careers. A lot of people are earning 6 figures. As in, earning 6 figures within the Black community is something that's even very, very commonplace now, right? But a lot of people say, "Oh, but I'm saving." You cannot save your way to wealth, guys. You can only invest it, making sure that you can transfer it tax-free. Because people don't talk about, I am building. Can they afford what I am building? People are building wealth in the UK that their families will never be able to afford. That's where life insurance and all of life comes in. So when we're doing your financial plan, right, they say all lot of things, and that's why you need to speak to us. Have a consultation. Let's see what's possible.
That's so wonderful. I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I told you, I said we need to educate our community.
Absolutely.
I was one of the people, ignorant. I knew some. I mean, I'm a legal professional. I've said this before, and I know some. But the fact that you know something doesn't mean that you're going to take action. You're taking action. And sometimes you may want to take action, but then life happens that will prevent you from taking certain actions. Unfortunately, you will not be able to join the bandwagon of those who are taking those correct actions. But thank God, like you said earlier on, I'm a woman of faith, so I'm not ashamed to declare my faith in public. I'm a woman of faith, and I believe that no matter how far you are from the course, God always has a way of bringing you back. He has a way of just step in line, align.
And put people in your way.
And put people in your way that will help you make those right decisions. I'm so excited to be having this conversation with you. So you've talked about, the funny thing about me and Dr. Sheun, when we talk, we cover a lot. So all these questions that I came with, you don't even need them, because you've talked about your background in finance. You've talked about, what life was like. I mean, I'm not going to ask you, because of time, I'm not going to ask you what life was like growing up, because I know already some of the things you've talked about covers all of these issues. But one of the things I want to ask is, what has been one of the most difficult seasons in your life? Just briefly, because I know we don't have time, and we're getting busy, time is going. So what that led you to say, I must do this?
Okay. I have a lot of difficult seasons. By the way, let me just pick one of them. I remembered when we came to the UK, we came in as highly skilled, by the way, right? And the visa that we came on with was Tier 1 General then. The minimum qualification was master's degree. So we already had a master's from Nigeria before we came to the UK. Now, coming with a very heavy CV, right? I was a high flyer in my country, and then coming to this country, and they started applying, and everything starts saying, unfortunately. See, every single unfortunately takes it shifts your confidence away.
Yes.
I didn't know it, that me, Madam Confidence, I lost it. That period, I'm like, God, is this me? If you're watching this and you're in that state, you're in that season, don't give up, all right? Because I know it's just a going through. Because there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like we're saying, God will put people in your way. I remember one particular situation, right? When we were coming to the country, we said we never do any hot jobs. We never. So we brought money in. 6 months of pay. By the way, we never paid rent in Nigeria. We moved into our home before we were 29 years old.
Wow.
Right. Fully paid, no mortgage. Right. So this country was the first time we ever pay rent. right? And then we have to pay rent, feed our kids. We brought 3 kids into the country, right? Myself and my husband were paying heavily every month for 6 months. No jobs came.
Wow.
There was a period that my baby was still drinking milk. I think she wasn't even a year old. We had to count pennies. It was 97 pence. It wasn't even £1. The milk was £1.
When you hear this type of stories, you're thinking, is it real?
It is real. My husband's like, it's only 97. I said, don't worry. I'll 3p, my smile will cover the remaining. So I took 97p.
His smile will cover the remaining. I love that. Talk about confidence.
I went to the shop, the corner shop. I said, I've got 97p. I need the milk for my daughter. I said, bring it.
Oh.
And that was low, man.
I can only imagine.
As in, I'm still looking at like God. So when people are like, I pray my life's like yours.
They don't know where you're coming from.
Be careful what you're praying for, because we went through, and it didn't break us because we had debt, we had God. I had my husband, so it was a team.
Bless that wonderful man of yours.
Bless him. It was a team,
because it's something that we really need to look at. At a larger scale, families go through things and fall apart.
Yeah.
Because they lack understanding. One person might lack resilience. And resilience is a big issue for me. I'm a very resilient person. I have been through some tough nonsense, let me put it that way. That if I sit down to talk about it, you will be wowed away. Like,
if we look like where we've been coming from,
I don't look. Days. I don't look like where I'm coming from, right? Yeah. And I give glory to God for that. So I ask you the question: what does resilience mean to you?
Resilience is going through without you losing hope, because the Bible says, now faith is the evidence of things that you're hoping for. So you got to create a picture of where you're going. And that's what I always... So for my first book, the book on Super God, Super Woman, The Ultimate Guide to Female Leadership, that was a leadership manual for parents to raise confident, leadership-focused girls. Because if you don't teach it at home, nobody's teaching it in school. Confidence starts from home, right? Correct. And a confident woman, a confident mother will raise a confident daughter and confident sons, because we also mentor our boys, right? Right. So when I wrote that book, one of the things that we do as a family now, and we now started having to repaint the picture of what we want in the UK. I started with my kids.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I think
Nicole 4, Bukumi 7, Rotimi was about 9 or 10. We will all be so every year we all create a vision. But I don't just do it with my family. I do it with the schools. I started, with different schools. I do it in faith ministry. I would do with churches and all of that. I actually put a blueprint in Super Girl Super Woman. It's there for people to, because literally you have to create the future that you want to walk into. Because if you don't see it, you can't have it. And that's where faith comes in. Resilience is having hope, knowing that though I am going through,
I will
it is
come out on the other
a light
side.
at the end of the tunnel. So I bless God for where we are now, right? Yeah, so we can afford to go on holidays and then we can do things for our children. And people like, you dress well. There was a period that it wasn't like that.
Yes.
Right? But we can be joyful even when we are going through.
Because you don't have a choice. You're going to go through anyway.
Yeah. And
so
that's
your choice.
Story now, right?
Yes.
It becomes story. Because if there are no tests, there are no testimonies.
Thank you so much for that. And I'll say this. When we're talking about this insurance thing, I started to think, because what happened to me was I then canceled my term life.
Oh no.
The reason I'm saying this to you is, yes, because I felt, why should I be paying for something that I may not? Do you see? Because the understanding is limited. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
And I always say this to people. Don't look at me. Don't look at where I'm. Trust me, I have my own plan. Me and the one who made me. Hallelujah. We know where we're going. Yeah. Right? And I always listen to that inner man that tells me, go this way and go that way and go this way. I want you to look at into the camera and tell our audience, those who don't even have insurance, who don't even know where to start from. But before you do that, okay, after you do that, I want you to talk about this book a little, because I mean, the book you brought into the book on insurance.
That's it.
I saw you advertising this on social media. I said she has come again. She's gone from our body health, because this one is another. Dr. Sheun talks about, she's a health expert. She exercise, the food we eat, what we drink, the whole shebang. She's always talking about it. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, she means business this time. She's not taking any prisoners. So please tell our audience about this book.
All right. So the book on insurance. So when I started out in the industry, I noticed that I was coming across a lot of misconceptions, and at times when people look for information and they go online, there are a lot of conflicting information out there, and especially within the Black community, where we didn't necessarily grow up with the knowledge of insurance. If you grew up in the UK, or you've been around insurance all your life, but a lot of us that came in that were not born in the, I was not born in the UK, by the way, right? So coming to the UK, we have to learn. When you're in Rome, behave like a Roman. Here, there are plans. There are things that you can put in place. People plan for their funeral. People plan for a lot of things, right? So, and I've seen that when I'm going through this consultation, there are so many misconceptions here and there. I say, you know what? Let me simplify it. Let me tell the story. So the book on insurance is a book of stories of how relatable this is, right? Some of it, okay, the first chapter talked about my own personal story of how I wish my dad had come across somebody like me when he was here. I lost my dad to prostate cancer, was 62, right?
Young.
And it was very young. And the story is right here. And so what I'm doing is not just, by God's grace, it's a business. So we have to make profits, right? So we don't charge you for consultation. So insurance company pays us commission, right? But our time is very valuable. They know you may not be able to afford us. So they say, don't worry, serve them. When you help them, we will pay you. So we don't even charge you for consultation. So come and don't waste our time. Make sure that you take action. All right. So when my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I just had a young family. I just had my second baby. My second baby is 20 now. But as at then, I just gave birth to him. So it was a few months
old. It must have been a very difficult time.
It was very difficult because, we started taking care of him. My dad is a very kind man. I was very close to my dad. I'm the firstborn. And we had so many things I've discussed, the vision together. I talk a lot with my dad, I miss him. I still talk about him every day. And he's been gone for 19 years.
Wow.
Right?
We never let go, do we?
No, we can't. So I wished somebody had met my dad that talked to him, say, you know what? There's what we call critical illness cover. Critical illness cover, if they're saying diagnosis of cancer, they will have paid a lump sum money so that we can maybe even go private because we have the money to do it, right? There was nothing like that.
And prostate cancer is healable. It's treatable. People are not dying of...
It's treatable if it's caught on time. His wasn't caught on time. So we went through, so was it back in Nigeria, we did what we could, but unfortunately we lost him. Do you know the day we lost my dad? The day my dad died was the day I received my first promotion in the banking sector.
Wow.
20th of October, 2006. So that day is etched in my memory because it was mixed feelings. You
can't be happy. You're sad. You're bereaved. And now you have to be... How do you even get excited that you've been promoted?
I walked... So the story is right here. So you need to read this.
Oh, this is... Right. Please, guys, go get your copy of this book. You're going to tell them where to get this book, please, so that...
It's on Amazon, but best to get it from thebookoninsurance.com, right? So that we can... give some extra stuff.
Yes.
Right? We'll put all the links there. That day, I got to the office and they told me, congratulations, Sheun, your promotion is out. And I was, oh, yeah. I'm always like this. This is me.
Excited.
Always excited. Right? But that day, I just feel like, what's wrong with me?
Something's not right. Because at that time, you hadn't got the news.
No.
Oh, wow.
So I went into the ladies and I went to pray that, Lord, I'm happy. Thank you, God. I don't know what's wrong with me. So don't start feeling as if I'm not grateful. God, I'm grateful, but there's something wrong.
There's something missing.
Not knowing that they called my husband. My husband had gone to buy, gifts to celebrate my promotion. Only for my brother to call and say, Dad passed away. He said, you didn't know how to tell me. He just took me to his dad's place.
Oh, bless him.
So it was at my in-laws' place that my father-in-law said, Sheun, we're so proud of you. Congratulations on this. But sorry, we lost your dad. I said, lost?
What is lost? Where did he lost to? Please find him back. Oh,
honestly, the story is here. So what I did, the book on insurance, is to debunk and simplify.
Yes.
Because that's what I do best. I'm a teacher, I love to teach. That's what brought me to the industry in the first instance, right? To simplify. So you will find relatable stories. You will find things that you're supposed to do. You find how to structure. And then it will definitely really want to help you. And what we're also doing is we are training people like you and I to become financial advisors. So we have a mission. It's called Operation Catch Them Young. Because I'm seeing that most of advices that you're going to come across,
Operation Catch Them Young.
Right? And that's what literally we're doing, is to make sure that we get young people to choose finance as a career, rather than being later life career, like some of us that came back. Right? So
went back into it much later.
Yeah. And right now we're building bigger because we are directly authorized by the FCA. So if I want to employ 100,000 people today, I can. Right?
Awesome.
But we want to employ the right people, right? And so we are training. So we train people to become advisors. There's a course right now, the six-figure advisor academy is going to be launching. So I'll tell you more about it. I'm just going to open it for the first 20 people.
We're bringing you back here.
Yeah.
We're bringing you back here to come and talk, because I don't think that 40 minutes or an hour is enough for you to, really make this simmering. We're bringing you back to tell us about this. Yes.
So what we're doing is more of a social movement, right? To not just help you get your insurance, but also to train up you and your children to be able to structure and be financial planners, so that we can actually build wealth and transfer wealth to our generation.
Because this thing you're saying is very, very serious. I was speaking to someone the other day, and I come from my parents come from I was born here, by the way. I grew up mostly, I came back as a teenager. So first, how many years of my life I was in Nigeria. And we're talking about some of the wealthy people that we know in our state. And we started talking about how they passed on and their wealth just went.
It's almost first generation. It never passed on.
It never went from where they started or where they built to the next. And when you find the ones that had stupendous wealth, after they pass, their children start fighting. And then the wealth, the estate is locked up in litigation.
Yeah. And other people enjoy it.
And other people are enjoying it. The lawyers are just feeding fat. So how do we move away from all of these things? Are issues that I'm bringing you back here to talk about these things.
Proper estate planning, honestly.
It's going to be, this is not a one episode issue that we're going to just sit down and just tell people and then it sinks. No. You know what? You know the rule of reputation.
Yeah.
We need to keep talking about it. We need to keep telling our people, guys, come on, wake up. Something is going on here. There is what you call, there's a revival. There's a financial revival going on.
And we are at the forefront of it. Honestly, Emergenzz Financial Services, what we're doing, we thank God for what we're doing. But we want to do bigger. We want you guys to come talk to us. Let's see how we can help you. Let's see how we can also build our own community so that we can help other communities. Because we're not just serving the Black people, we're serving quite a lot of communities. But you know what? If we have a key, why don't you let's enjoy it, open up to ourselves first and see what we can build. It is high time that we start creating job opportunities within our own communities. Right? So that we choose ourselves while we are choosing other people. So that we open up opportunities. Apprenticeship, a lot of things are happening. There is opportunity in finance. And so we're opening up.
It's never ending.
Yeah,
it's an evergreen. It's an evergreen
money
profession. Yes, it's an evergreen profession.
Yeah,
it's like a health sector.
Yeah.
It's evergreen. And we need to know, and I'm glad that you're saying this now. So, we've come to the end of the show today. I know time didn't permit us to talk too much. And we're bringing Dr. Sheun back. Dr. Sheun, thank you. The tea, like I say, the tea may finish, but the conversation continues.
Absolutely.
Dr. Sheun, thank you so much for coming. It's a pleasure having you here today. So guys, thank you for listening. Joining in and listening with us. I hope we have been able to encourage you, inspire you, and, challenge you, to take action on building wealth. Because building wealth, look, salary doesn't make you rich.
Nope.
it doesn't. It's good to have a salary, because you have
Stability.
something to live from day to day.
Yeah.
But you need to look into other options and other plans of creating wealth for yourself. Thank you so much for joining us today, and remain blessed.